Alrighty, we are going to take a look at the Beast Borough, which is a game I've been developing for just shy of 2 years. Uh, my first game programming in Java and first game for Android, using it as a learning experience. And, well, I'm going to show you guys what I have. So let's start a new game here. We'll try a new borough. This is a tower defense game. And I'll put in my name, Dan, mark it as easy, and we will stick with the tutorial. And let's jump right into it. Okie dokes. So when we start off, we have a very simple map. We have our keep in the middle, and then our hero is on top of that. And right now we have a bunch of messages. And so we can just sort of tap along up here. And this is basically just saying hit the question marks above to view the help screen. So here's the help screen. And so right now, it's saying the primary goal of the game is get to level 50, not die along the way. That's basically it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It will take quite a while to get there. I've logged almost 2 days worth of time, and I'm at like level 9 on the one map for testing, which gotta get to level 30 to explore all the buildings, so that'll be entertaining. Looking through, you can tap the various selections to get more details, and then close them off. And anytime you see the ... that expands. So you can jump into what you want to see. And, we could read all that, but that'd be kind of boring. So we're just going to jump right into it and explain as we go. So, there are many different ways to do the same thing. And right now, what we care most about is getting wood. So we're going to start with that. First, we'll start plot selection. And now we'll go around, tap on the screen. Boom, tap forest. Success. And then we just have to tap the axe on the bottom, but looks like there's another message here. Well, that's not an important message. Alright, we'll tap the bottom. And now the hero went over, and now we see the wood going down. Item appeared. All items are yellow. All good guys are blue. And bad guys generally have a darker green background. So we can see we have 5 wood now. We're just waiting for that to get up to 10. And then I'm guessing that the game will pause. 10 and paused. Perfect. Okay. So now achievements, which are the stars in the upper left, up in this general area. They will give you an idea what to do and how to do it, and then you'll get a reward for doing so. And when the reward is ready, we'll see that those stars are flashing, and it's been flashing because we had an award for basically just starting the game. Whoop-de-doo. Another for chopping down 10 wood. So let's just sort of jump in there. So we can see our 2 rewards thus far. We have our keep that we built, and we chopped 10 wood. So we'll claim and claim. And we see a couple more pending achievements. So we scroll down. We're not going to look too closely at them because the tutorial will take us through. But once more we see the ... We don't want to read all that right now, though. So now that we have some wood, let's start looking for dirt. So we have a plot selection. We'll just tap around. And right now we are looking for a place with 5. Ooh, not -5. And rough. Okay. This is a kind of mean map. Who did this? Yeah, we're not going that far out. So generally speaking, you can build buildings on flat ground. Some buildings can be built on mostly flat ground, and a select few buildings can be built on rough ground, but not very many. So we generally want to reserve the flat ground for buildings that require flat ground, and yeah. However, if we look down there, we see the up arrow and the down arrow, so it takes 200 and some to raise the elevation, and you gotta dig 500 to lower it. So, not so worried that we're gonna get to 500 this quick. So we'll just go ahead and start digging here right next to the keep. Now, the hero has been digging away. We're up to about 50 wood. And we want him to stop. We have our little to-do list. And we're going to make him pull the next action off the little to-do list. So first we need to select him. And then tap the hero. And we know the hero is selected because he's spinning. And towards the bottom, yeah, this bounces back and forth. Really only going to be an issue with the hero. For normal villagers and warriors, there should not be this many actionable items. But we'll go ahead and tap the cancel, and you'll immediately go over and start digging the earth. And at some point, we'll get to our 10 earth, and we'll have another achievement unlocked, and then we can move ahead with the tutorial. So one thing worth noting is there's a timer going down. So if I tap there, okay, that's not going to go away. Oh, sweet. So as the timer goes down, when it gets to 0, the item disappears. And that's a kind of a pain in the rear. So, gotta make sure to get all your stuff stored away in a relatively quick fashion. Every time the item is interacted with, the timer resets. So if it gets down to a couple seconds, you can reset it up to 5. But either way, moving onwards, let's claim our reward and move ahead. So houses. Okay, just hit our first 5-minute backup save. Houses control your population. The more houses you have, the more people you can have. The more people you can have, the quicker you can get stuff done. Generally, you want to have lots of houses, and the higher up in level your houses are, the more people they can provide. So, let's get to building a house. We're going to want mostly flat ground, so difference of 5 meters or less. And let's find a spot. Found a spot. Actually, let's not use that spot. Let's use this spot. So we'll go ahead and we'll build a house. And now let's move on to a farm. Well, I don't know if I want to build a farm next to that many forests. Alright, we'll put the farm here. So you can see there's a number of buildings that can be built right away. And if it can't, it tells you what it needs, like rock ground or a level 2 keep, flat ground, level 2 keep, flat ground, blah blah blah, farm. Alright, and now next let's get the carpenter shop. put the carpenter shop right next to all the forests. So I mentioned earlier we had the timer. And so there's two ways to make your resources go back. We can hit the resource icon here and just sort of tap them. I did not tap it on purpose. Or we can tap the actual item and then tap the resource icon again. Or there's a third method, which is not in the tutorial because it's relatively new, and that is to simply not have any items selected and then just hold the resource gathering. Now we just paused. So when you hold that, it's going to go ahead and take every single item that's out there and put a request in to put it away. After an attack, you might have 100 of these items sitting out there, and it would be really obnoxious otherwise to go through and click each one to say, send this back, send this back. So now just a single long tap. But we're going to take a look at the task list now, because now we've built up 5 tasks: building the house, the farm, the carpenter shop, putting away the earth, and putting away the wood. So we'll go ahead and we'll hit the little sheet of paper with the list on it, our to-do list, and that'll pop up showing our one guy that can do stuff and the 5 actions. We can rearrange the order of these if we want. We'll leave the order as is. And now to get this all started, how much time we got? Minute 32 and 5. Okay. We'll go back to our hero and tell him to stop doing stuff. Goes, checks out the house, figures out he needs 2 earth, and figures out he also needs some wood. So generally speaking, we'll make this more interesting. Just, well, not yet. When the villagers, warriors, or heroes, or whatever are carrying items, they are limited by weight, they are limited by volume, and they can't hold more than 5 items at once. Later in the game, there's containers, which will increase the volume, increase the weight, and remove the restriction on the number of items. So it's not so monotonous. You get carts and boxes and bags and blah, 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 blah. So we can see this guy being built. We'll just inspect this really quick. As soon as that last item comes in, oh, that's nice. I think that was kind of funkadelic. There we go. That's what we like to see. I have a feeling that looked a little weird because the building wasn't actually built yet. I will have to look into that. But as we can see, the hero is off going ahead and putting away all the different items, as we told him to. After this, he will run immediately to the farm, because as soon as the farm was built, it said, hey, I need a worker, someone to make some food. Right now we have the eye selected, and the eye will keep the camera focused on whatever is selected as it moves around. And, oh, we're getting there. Right. Another save of the game. So while this is going, we'll quick take a look, long tap on the villager icon, and we can see quick summary of what's going on. basically what we need for food to grow in all our different units, and we can select them if need be. Right now he's kind of chilling in the farm, so not much. Let's get rid of the I. Do not want to rename me. Alright. So now we want to build a couple boards. And can't really show these screens while the giant info screen is up, so we gotta cycle through all these. We're gonna create 60 boards. So we're gonna turn on the plot selection. We're gonna tap the carpenter shop. Then we're gonna inspect it, cancel whatever actions it has, get up to crafting, and change it from repeat to quantity. Ignore the fact about text fields and blah blah blah. That's the old GUI. That would have been accurate 3 days ago, but not anymore, because that GUI sucked. And yeah, so let's just kind of jump in. Key being, when you hit the plus icon, that's actually what starts the request to build stuff. And one of your dudes should eventually just go and do it to it. So, tap the carpenter shop and open up the inspection. We don't see any actions going on. Boards right here. We'll change it over to quantity. Generally these are plus 10s, but when you're starting at 1, it'll just go straight to 10 as opposed to 11. And then go over and hit the plus. As soon as we hit the plus, we see crafting boards down at the bottom. We can tap that, get some more details. Generally, you don't have to worry about those too much. That's more kind of an advanced play type of thing. Will become useful later on. So, yeah. That is all set. Now, we're going to take a look at our achievements. We built a house, and we built a farm, and built a carpenter shop. Let's take our 20 boards, 5 food, and let's take our villager. We'll see our villager run into the carpenter shop, and we'll just kind of want him to stay there. And right now, the hero is still working in the farm. Let's kick him out so he can start bringing some wood over to the craftsman shop, or the carpenter shop, because the carpenter there was wanting to make some boards, needed some wood, and there were none, so now he's bringing some over. So, let's see here. The tutorial is telling us to complete the craftsman shop, so let's build a craftsman shop. Takes 10 boards. We got 6 in there, and we should have like 20 in here from the achievement. Alright. Now he's working on building it, and he'll probably jump immediately in. Or he will not. Go figure. Alright. And let's claim the achievement. Oh, we get a club. Weapons are fun. Now let's go to the barracks. Barracks needs flat ground, but we don't need it so close to the keep. Let's put it a little further away. It's another 10 boards, and our hero just immediately runs over. You can see we have 18 boards in there so far. Alright, now let's claim our warrior achievement. Alright, so now we have another guy floating in on the keep. From the previous award, we have the club, and we'll arm the warrior. So, oh, save. Right. A warrior without any weapons will be melee, because all he's doing is punching. And we're going to start by allowing villager selection. And generally, we can just sort of tap to select. But down here, you see these guys. We can long tap this, and it goes back and forth between all the melee units. Alright. So that was long taps. Long taps are selection. Short tap is based on what you want to do. So we will short tap and picked up the club. Alright. So now we have a number of guys. We're going to release a number of goblins on you. And they're going to hit kind of hard. And then they're not going to hit at all. They're just going to miss because they're tired. And it's a tutorial. And all the guys right now are being set to hold fire so they don't all accidentally get killed and screw the tutorial up. So, bad guys. So we're going to go through a couple different ways to attack. First, we're going to take a look and we see, yeah, the keep is taking some damage relatively quickly. That'll stop eventually. Meh. So, we're going to go to Beast selection. Just tap that little ugly goblin looking thing over there. And we can either tap a dude, and that selects it. We can focus on him with the eye. Or we can just kind of repeatedly tap to cycle through all the different goblins that are currently visible to our players. And once the guy is selected, we're going to tap the melee icon a couple times. And we see our guys running over there to attack. And boom, he gone. Left a couple items behind. Now I want to use the keep to target a beast. So one way is to tap him, and then, there's the little tower that's right next to where I'm tapping. That would be one way of doing it. However, instead, we're going to go to plot selection and go to the keep. We see it's holding fire. Get rid of this eye so we can drag. Okay. So we're going to make it attack the nearest by just tapping that again. So we cycled it from attacking to not attacking. Apparently we don't want it to target the nearest beast, though. We want to select a beast. And we can do that by hitting the arrow and then tapping a particular dude. And I just tapped that goblin on the forest. And if we go and look on here, scroll all the way down, we see attacking goblin. And when that gets to 400, we saw the keep flashed white and the goblin died. Well, we don't want to tap everything, so now everything is just going to go out and flat out attack normally. Attack the nearest dude, and well, this is not taking very long, is it? Alright, so just from that, we have what? 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 14 items sitting around. Looks like our hero is already bringing them in. I guess he's smart. I don't know why. Oh, it started with the request resource. Anywho, let's do this guy. Did the long tap on the bottom. So then if we look at our requests, nope, not that thing. If we look at our request, gathering to keep, that's why he started doing it right away. And now it's time to fix up all the damage stuff. So, keep is damaged, house is damaged. You see them flashing yellow. They will flash yellow when they're damaged. That sort of lets you know they need repairs. So, we can repeatedly tap this, and it will cycle through all the damaged buildings. So that's another little convenience factor. Towards the bottom, we have this repair icon. You just tap that. Oh, I temporarily disabled it. Okay. Now the other thing we can do is we can long tap it and then tap a dude as such. But once again, this is disabled because this is not the efficient way to do things. So we're going to have the deselect the damaged building because we're going to tell them to repair all damaged buildings at once. So we hit the little X to deselect, or if it's open, hit the back key for Android. And now we'll just long hold that repair, and we'll get the house repaired, and keep gets repaired. And that's that. Alright, we are almost done with this. So gold coins. You know, there's a couple ways to get them. You can get them by killing guys. When a strong attack comes in, the stronger the attack, the more coins you can get, assuming they don't beat you too badly. You can sell your items in the marketplace, as you can also buy items, but it's not really a good bang for your buck to sell. And then there's the reward video ad. So if we look at this, let's move this back over here. I won't make you sit through the ad right now, but you just view a 10 to 30 second ad. You'll get your gold coins. You can use your gold coins to buy resources or your various items here. So you can tap on this to get a description of what each one of them does. And one of the nifty things about the reward video ad is you get a bonus based on the square of the day. So right now it would be our first day, so we get a bonus of 1. But on our 10th day, we get a bonus of 100. On our 50th day, we get a bonus of 2,500. So, yeah, that is that. And this is telling us achievements. We've already sort of seen achievements. We've killed a goblin. We can get our 50 sinew. And, raising and lowering land. So, you're going to want to build. And if we look at that, that's negative 5 meters in rough, because right here we got 5 meters in a forest. You gotta chop down a forest and then lower it to get it to 0? No. Be a lot easier to raise this. So if we take a look at this, we're going to see it's going to take 200 earth to raise and a total volume of 86 meters cubed. Whether that be like earth or rock, wood, natural resource type things. And so yeah, put a lot of stuff on there to raise land, keep digging to lower it, and don't forget about the help up top. And that's basically it. That is the game in a nutshell, and we are already under attack. Well, we are going to jump out of here and just give you a quick glimpse at what I was intending to be a quick run through of the game. Ooh. That runs a little slower when you're recording video. So this is a little further. Map is a little bigger. I got outposts out there. I was recently just attacked. Outposts significantly increase what you can see. So I'll send that villager into the outpost. And that outpost in particular is on top of a hill. So that opens up all this visibility. Can't really see into the valley from there, and that forest is blocking the visibility, but we have our archer towers and infirmaries. We have our lumber yard, mason shop. We have, where is it? This guy's making arrows that we can put in all the archer towers. Every time your archer towers, in order for the archer towers to work, you have to have arrows, and you have to have a guys in there to shoot the arrows. So you end up crafting a lot of your resources to use in many different aspects. If we take a look at, that video thing is in the way. Building a house, we see it's a little bit more involved. Not too bad for a house. But if we were to look at the vault, so I don't think the vault was that bad either. Was the infirmary bad? Yeah, that's getting up there. So you start needing more resources. In particular, bricks will grow. You'll need a lot of bricks. You'll need a lot of boards early on. All these walls are level 1, but as they go up, the health will increase significantly. And you see it requires 200 boards to get to level 2. Looks like that building is maxed out. Yep, 100%. We got 3,500 brush in there and 2,700 rocks. In here I have, 95,000 wood, a couple thousand brush. Only 5,400 brick? Really? Huh. As a quick look at some of the items, we see now with the cart, the tumbril, he's able to carry 9 earth. And so now his limit's increased to 1,000 kilograms and 6 meters squared as opposed to whatever it was earlier. And I am apparently under attack by trolls and bugbears. I don't have any dudes down there, so I don't really know what's coming. Something else just died. That's slightly disconcerting. Let's get a guy in there so we can maybe see what's coming a little better. So, upgrading the archer tower looks like we're waiting on a number of wooden rods. Quick note on that notification, you can't grow in population while you're under attack. Usually what has a tendency to happen is you immediately get new guys, you waste a bunch of food, and then they all get killed immediately. And that kind of sucks. So, disabled that. Get that warrior in there. Is it really just two guys? I guess the last attack was rather large. This would be the mini attack. The scouters. So, that is kind of the game in a nutshell. Hope you guys give it a shot. I will keep working on it, fixing things that I don't like, and if you guys don't like things, then I will probably fix those too. But it's just me doing this, and it's kind of a work in progress, so yeah. Hope you like it. With that, I think I will sign off.